Importance of installation of diversity enhancers. So again, we're thinking about coastal infrastructure in this instance. Habitat heterogeneity, which is the variety of habitat, is generally absent on most artificial coastal structures. So engineers focused on designing coastal structures that don't fall down, withstand the waves and storms, and basically go for smooth, straight lines. And it's called armoring of the shoreline, so urbanization of the coast. So we're armoring the shoreline against waves and erosion. There's an alternative for urban marine ecology, so green engineering, ecological engineering, or urban marine ecology. Biodiversity enhancers will positively influence restoration trajectories, increase functional diversity, increase foraging, and attract higher trophic level organisms. So trophic means the food chain. You got bigger food chain by the animals that are using it, increasing the diversity of the animals that are using it. 50% of Sydney Harbour is armoured, which is at least 15 kilometres, if not more. A huge amount of loss of natural wetlands, salt marshes, mangrove areas, variable coastline, all just being concrete filled and turned into straight lines and smooth walls. So there's a bit of a push now to retrofit that. We'll be talking about that. Examples of coastal and marine infrastructure, we've got pilings, which are the pilings holding up a jetty, for example. They do tend to be, again, they're in some ways there's protective space between pilings, so you do get fish around jetties. But when you look at the piling itself, it's very two-dimensional. There's no depth to them. There's no protective space. They're smooth. Often they're plastic pipe filled with cement, so they're incredibly smooth as well. We've got breakwaters, often concrete or stone. We've got the seawalls, like around Sydney Harbour and around canal estates. We've got the beach groins, usually made out of rocks. We've got piers, artificial reefs and docks, etc. We've got a new era emerging, which I've started to touch on. Coastal engineering is entering a new important era. The past has been focused on material improvement and design to withstand waves and storms. So we've been getting better with computer programs and modeling, designing structures to withstand storms, using less material, using cheaper materials. That's been the focus. There's been very little on aesthetics and eco-engineering. That little red circle in the graph, this is my own theory at least. We're seeing the trend now where we're thinking about how do we design for nature, not just design for engineering specs. Seawalls, usually flat and devoid of crevices, minimizing their colonization by marine fauna and flora. This is where diversity enhancers can come in and increase habitat heterogeneity and presence of marine life. But basically, we're adding protective space to a seawall in various shapes or forms in order to increase the biodiversity using that seawall. So taking it from a flat surface into something that's more irregular and got that protective space.